so I'm having this Dafloid. This Dafloid contains question papers for mathematics paper 1 from 2018 to 2023. So today I want us to do a certain paper from this Dafloid. As you know, mathematics, especially paper 1, even paper 2 is just one and the same. The structure of mathematics is just one and the same. So all you need to do is just to master how to handle the questions which are found in both mathematics paper 1 and mathematics paper 2. Despite the year, if you can be able to answer the question paper for mathematics, maybe let's say for 2019 or for 2020, then it is very possible that even you can also answer the question paper for your particular year. So I want us to do this question paper, which is 2019. I want us to do together this question paper, which is 2019 mathematics paper 1, 2019, and make sure you master all the concepts which I'll be explaining. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done that. On this channel we learn different subjects. We learn mathematics, as you can see, we learn biology, we also learn science, which is physics and chemistry. So you will be enjoying all those subjects through this same channel. So make sure you subscribe, you click on the subscription button, and also make sure you click on the notification button so that whenever I upload a new video you get to know. Alright, so this is the question paper I want us to do. I'll be answering it bit by bit, slowly by slowly, so that you can understand the concepts in such a way that even the questions which you meet in your question paper, you'll be very able to actually handle them. So let's start. I'll be writing the questions, then I'll be showing you how to handle those questions and explain some important concepts which are there for you to actually handle that particular question. Alright, so we are having question 1. So question 1, this is question 1, where we have been told to evaluate. Okay, where we have been told to evaluate negative 1 to the power 0 times 2 to the power 3. Alright, so this is the first question which actually came in 2019 paper 1. So now, there are some principles which you need to understand before we can even start answering this question. I want you to understand some concepts which are very necessary for you to know. Alright, so what we need to do here, before you can even evaluate this question, you need to understand some key principles, some rules which we normally follow whenever you have been given such type of a question. Okay, so there are some things which we normally call rules of indices. I hope and believe you have heard about that, rules of indices. Okay, so when we talk of something raised to a certain power, let's say for example we say 2 to the power 2. 2 to the power 2. So 2 to the power 2, do not make a mistake, or let me just say 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4. Do not make a mistake to say it's 2 times what? 2 times 4. Because if you say 2 times 4, the answer which you are going to get is what? Is 8. But 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4 simply means that you are going to multiply 2 how many times? 4 times. So it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the power. So that is what it means. Whenever you have been given a certain power, I mean a certain base raised to a certain power, it simply means that you are going to multiply that base how many times? The number of the power. Let's say for example you have been given 8 to the power 2. So this simply means that this is not 16, because you can say 8 times 2 and this is what? This is 16, but that is wrong. That is very wrong. 8 to the power 2 simply means 8 times what? 8 times 8. You multiply this base how many times? The number of what? Of the power. So that is what it means. So I want you to understand this concept so that as you will be tackling this question, it will be very, very easy, to be very, very simple for you to understand. And then the other principle, the other rule which you need to understand, any number to the power 0, any number to the power 0 is what? Is 1. Despite that number being a bigger number, any number to the power 0 is 1. If you have been given 1000 to the power 0, this is 1. If you have been given negative 25 to the power 0, this is what? This is 1. If you have been given any number, whatever number you can think of, if it is raised to the power 0, then that number is what? Is 1. Okay, so now let's come back to our question. We have been told to evaluate, let me just write it well. We have been told to evaluate negative 1, okay, negative 1 to the power 0 times 2 to the power 3. So now, if you see this question, what we are going to do, we are just going to apply the principles I'm just from explaining. So any number to the power 0, what is the answer? The answer is 1. Then we have been given this question, and we have been given this expression 2 raised to the power 3. So now, if you have been given, if you can see, if you understood what I was explaining, this is not 2 times what? Times 3. This is incorrect. But this is 2 times 2 times what? Times 2. And 2 times 2, what is the answer? The answer here is what? 4. 4 times 2, the answer is what? The answer is 8. I hope you're getting it. So the answers which you get will be different when you actually go this way. When you say 2 times 3, because this is what? This is 6. But when you go this way, 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 times 2, as the power is indicating 2 times 2 times 2, the answer you are getting is what? Is 8. So now 1 times what? Times 8. What is the answer? The answer is what? The answer is 8. So this is the answer for this question. I hope you have gotten all the concepts which I have explained. Alright, let's go to question 2. This is question 1, and it was very, very simple, provided that you know those concepts which I'm just from explaining. So we have been told to solve. This is question 2. Question 2, you have been told to solve the equation. You have been told to solve the equation x minus 1, 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. So this is the question I'm talking about. Okay, I hope you are able to see. This is the question I'm talking about. This is the question 2. Solve the equation x minus 1, open bracket, x minus 1 close, then open 2x minus 5 close is equal to what? Is equal to 0. So this question is very, very simple. What we normally do, we are just going to get x minus 1, the same expression. Okay, 2x minus 5 is equal to what? Is equal to 0. So whenever you see this question, just know that the answers which are going to actually have, they are going to be what? They are going to be how many? They are going to be 2 answers. You are going to have 2 answers from this same expression. Due to the fact that you have been told to solve the equation, then they are asking you to do what? To solve for x, to find the value of what? To find the value of x. So now here, what we normally do not make a mistake to start expanding, simplifying by multiplying this one with this one. No, that is not what we normally do. If you have been given such an expression and then it is equated to 0, just get x minus 1 is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Or 2x minus 5 is equal to what? Is equal to 0. So this is how we normally actually handle this question. I hope you are getting it. And in most cases, if you have been given this question, you are going to find that there where you are supposed to write your answers, they are going to say this: x is equal to dash, or x is equal to what? Is equal to dash, indicating that you are supposed to give how many answers? 2 answers. I hope you are getting it. So you need to pay particular attention on these lines where you are supposed to write your answers. Whenever you just see x is equal to dash or x is equal to dash, just know that they want you to give them two answers. So now, how are you going to give them two answers? Because if you do this, if you multiply this one times this one, that one times that one, you are going to find that at the end, it will be very difficult for you to come up with two answers. But in this way, they have simplified the work for you. All you just need to do is just to get this one, you equate it to 0, and then you get also this one, you also equate it to what? To 0. So now, how are we going to actually find the values of x? So x is equal to, if this one goes this side, you are going to find that you are going to have, the sign will change. We are going to have x is equal to 0 plus what? Plus 1, which is of course this one. Since that it has crossed the equal sign, the sign is going to change. So our value of x is equal to is going to be what? Is just going to be 1. So this is the first value of x, and from here they are going to award you a mark, just 1 mark for this question, because this question, the entire of this question has got two marks. So just for you to find the first value of x, if you find the first value of x, they are going to give you 1 mark. Then now let's come to the second expression, to the second equation. So now this one is going to be 2x is equal to 0 plus what? Plus 5. This one, if it crosses the equal sign, it is going to be what? To be positive. Then 2x is equal to what? Is equal to 5. So now, do not just end from here, because what you need to do, what you need to know and understand is that they are asking you to find the value of what? The value of x. They are asking you not just to write an explanation just like that, to give them an equation. No, they want you to find the value of what? Of x. Whenever you just see solve the equation, then just know that they are asking you to find the value of what? The value of x. So now, how are we going to find the value of x? How are we, what are we going to do? We are going to divide both sides by what? By 2. So we are going to divide both sides by 2, and what we are going to have, 2 divided by 2, that is 1, and we are going to remain with what? With x. What of 5 divided by what? Divided by 2. This is paper 1, and they do not allow to use what? Equilators. So you can just hand from here 5 over what? Over 2. So these are the values of what? Of x, and that is all. That is all they were asking. They just wanted you to find the values of what? The values of x. Despite not actually mentioning to say you need to find the values of x. Whenever you just see solve the equation, just know that they are asking you to find the values of what? The values of x. So this is how to solve this type of question. I hope you are getting it, and I hope you are understanding. Okay, let's go to question 3. Let's go to question 3. Let's go to question 3. In fact, before I answer, please make sure, whenever I immediately write a question, before I answer, make sure I get a paper and you try to solve it. Then you compare with what I'll be answering. So we have been told to simplify 4x squared plus 2y to the power 2 minus xy, then minus 6x squared, then plus 2xy. Okay, so this is the expression which you have been given, and you have been told to simplify this expression. So I want you to understand this. I was telling you on the second question to say, whenever I've been told to actually solve the equation, whenever you have been told to solve the equation, just know that they are asking you to find the values of what? X, y, or n letter which you have been given. But whenever you have been told to simplify something, they are just telling you to actually to make it small. You simplify it, you make it small. As you can see, this expression is very long. So because of that, they want you to actually make it small. They want you to make it small. So now, how are we going to make this expression to be small? Okay, so the only principle which works here, is the principle of what? Like terms and unlike terms. I hope you are getting it. So you need to understand the principles or the principle of what? Like terms and unlike terms. So here, for you to simplify this expression, you need to actually collect the like terms together, and then you need to leave the unlike terms the way they are. So in this case, how are we going to actually identify to say these are like terms, these are unlike terms? So what you need to know and what you need to understand, we do not concentrate on these numbers, on the numbers. We do not concentrate, here we have got an invisible one, okay? We do not concentrate on these numbers. For us to identify which ones are like terms and which ones are not unlike terms, we concentrate on the letters, only the letters, that's all. So here, if you can see clearly, you can see that if we ignore these 4, we are remaining with what? X squared. So we need to find which coefficient or which other number which is having x squared. So if you go through this expression, you are going to find that even 6 here is having what? Is having x squared. And that simply means that 4x squared and 6x squared, these are like terms. I hope you are getting it. So what we are going to do, we are going to group these like terms together. So we are going to say 4x squared. Mind you, this 4 is having a positive sign. So we just take it just like that. We do not change the signs, no. Because immediately we change the sign, then what you are going to get is something which is wrong. So here, as you can see, here, this 6x squared, the sign which belongs to this 6x squared is what? Negative. So we are going just to take it the way, we are going to get it the way it is. So we are going to say 6x squared. Have you seen? So we are done with these 2. Okay, then plus now, we are going to actually continue with this one. Here we are having 2y squared. So if we ignore these 2, we are remaining with what? Y squared. So we need to go through the expression to check if there is another number which is having y squared. So now let's go through. So this is having xy, this is having xy. So that simply means that this 2 is just alone. This 2 is not having any partner, it's just alone. So you're just going to write it like this, the way it is. 2y squared. Okay, then as you can see, this is the negative xy. This is negative xy. And on the front of this xy, there is an invisible 1 because we do not write 1, as you know. We do not write 1. There is nothing like 1x. That is very wrong, according to mathematics. We just write x. That's all. So due to that fact, we can see that the number which is on the front of this xy is what? Is 1. So now, what are the letters that we having? We are having xy, and then we need to go through the expression to check if again we are having another xy. So as you can see, this is xy, and the number which is on the front is what? Is 2. So what we are going to say that we are going to say plus, because that is a sign which belongs to this 2xy. So we are going to say plus 2xy. Alright, I hope you are following. So now, since we have collected the like terms now, we can now subtract or we can add. Okay, so I'm going to begin with this expression. So this is positive x squared minus 6x squared. So now here, at the first we are concentrating on what? On the letters. But here we concentrate on what? On numbers. Please get me well. Whenever you have been given this question, whenever you have been given any question to simplify, at first concentrate on what? On letters. Then, after concentrating on letters, after you have corrected the like terms and the unlike terms, now it's time to concentrate on what? On the numbers. So in this case, we are going to ignore these letters. Since they are just one and the same, we are going to ignore them. We are only going to concentrate on what? On numbers. Okay, so this is just the same as if we ignore these letters, this is just the same as 4 minus what? Minus 6. So now, what is 4 minus 6? Wow. So what we do here, as you can see, this 4 is having an invisible positive because we do not write a positive sign. If you see any number which is having no sign, just know that that number, the sign which actually is having is positive. So now, if you have positive 4 minus 6, if you have such such expression, what we do for us to find the answer, we get the bigger number. Between these two numbers, which one is bigger than the other? We are going to find that 6 is bigger than the other. So now, after getting this one, which is of course the bigger number, we are going to actually subtract the smaller one from the bigger one. So I'm going to say 6 minus what? Minus 4. I want you to get this concept. 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4, what is the answer? The answer is what? The answer is 2. So now, at last, after solving this in this way, at last you need to get the sign which is on the bigger number. And in this case, here we have positive, here we have what? Negative. Which sign belongs to a bigger number? In this case, it is what? It is negative. So this answer is going to be negative. I hope I'm getting it. Let me explain again using a different example. I want you to get this because this is where most of the pupils make some mistakes. You would find that you have been taught to say 4 minus 6. A certain people will say it is what? It is 2. Have you seen? So this is what? This is totally wrong. Let me give you another example. Because this is very, very important, I know. Let me give you, let's say, negative 10, or yes, negative 10, or let's say, for example, 5 minus 10. 5 minus 10, what is the answer? 5 minus 10, what is the answer? So just wait, just relax. So what I was explaining that we are going to get, that this is the first point. I don't know if you can be right in these steps. The first step is that you are going to get the bigger number between these two numbers. What is the bigger number? The bigger number is what? The bigger number is 10. Then you are going to actually subtract a smaller one from the bigger one. So in this case, our smaller number is what? Is 5. You are going to subtract. Here we have ignored this sign. Just ignore that sign. Just ignore. That is the principle. You subtract a smaller one from a bigger one. You subtract a smaller one from a bigger one. That is the principle. I'm not writing this negative because of this one. No, that is not what it is. Even if I have, let me say 10. Let me say 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5. Yes, 10 minus 5. I would have actually gotten this bigger number, which is 10. Then I subtract 5. This is actually direct. And this is very simple. And the answer which we are going to have is what? Positive 5. This is very simple. I know that this one actually does not even give some questions and the other things. But in a case whereby you have been given a smaller number, you are subtracting, actually you have been given a smaller number and then you have been told to subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. What we need to do, you have to get a bigger number. Then after getting a bigger number, then you subtract a smaller number from that bigger number, which is, I'm not getting this negative because of this one. No, that is just a principle. You subtract a smaller number from a bigger number. So 10 minus 5, this is very common. 10 minus 5, what is the answer? The answer is 5. Even a grade 1 can actually solve 10 minus 5. This is 5. So now, at last, what sign this 5 is going to have? What sign are we going to actually put on the front of what? On the front of 5. So now the sign which we are going to write, is the sign which is on the bigger number. And in this case, in our expression, what is the sign which belongs to a bigger number? It is what? It is negative. So this one is going to be what? Negative 5. I hope you are getting it. So because of this concept, you're going to find that it will be very easy for you to actually handle questions like this one. because you will not be even using a number line. Others tend to use a number line, but that is a wrong process. That is a wrong process. If you can actually manage to use a number line, then one good, but that is a long process. This one is a short process. So now, having understood this one, having understood this concept, what you're going to say is that since we're having this 4, it is 4, we're having 4 minus what? Minus 6. So we're going to get a bigger number as I was explaining, then we subtract a smaller number from it. What you're going to have is what? 2. Then what is the sign which is on the bigger number? You're going to find that it is what? It is negative. So this one is going to be negative. So let's go back to our question. So our question, this is where we ended. So this is negative what? Negative 2x squared. Okay. We do not temper on the letters. No. Just concentrate on what? On the numbers. So this is negative 2x squared. Then when you talk of this one is just independent. It is not having any partner. And for that reason, you're just going to write it the way it is. Okay. Now, what about this one? What about this one? As I was explaining, here we do not concentrate on letters. No, just concentrate on numbers. So I was saying that here we are having an invisible what? Invisible 1. So because of that, we are going to say this is just the same as what? As this expression. Negative 1 plus 2. Since we are only concentrating on what? On numbers, not on letters. So this is negative 1 plus what? Plus 2. So remember the concept. We are going to get a bigger number, which is this one, and then we subtract a smaller number from it. So we are going to say 2 minus what? Minus 1. The answer we are having is what? Is 1. Now, what sign are we going to get? We are going to get the sign which is on the bigger number. In this case, the bigger number is 2 and it is having a positive sign. So this one is going to be a positive. I hope you have gotten it. Make sure you understand these principles are very, very, very important. So we are going to say this expression is just the same as plus, because the sign which you have actually assigned to this expression is what? Is positive. Due to the fact that the bigger number is having a positive sign. I hope you are getting it. So now, here what we need to know is that since we are having a 1, since we are having a 1, which we actually found, we do not write 1. We do not write 1. Just write these letters. So we are going to have x, y. X, y. And after having done with this one, after having done with this expression, here what you need to do, we need to check now if you are still having some like terms. So in this case, you can see that this is x squared, and this x squared is different from what? Y squared. And this y squared is different from what? Xy. So you can see that we are having no like terms. And due to that, this is our answer for this question. Others tend to actually hide this negative. If you want, you can hide this negative by actually writing, okay, by just saying 2y squared, you begin with this one, then minus 2x squared, then plus xy. It's just one and the same. This 2y is having a positive sign, which is just the same as this one. Then this 2x squared is having a negative sign, which is just the same as this one. Then this xy is having a positive sign, which is just the same as this one, as you can see. So this is the answer. You can either leave it in this way, but I would encourage you to actually hide a negative inside the expression. You leave it in this way. So this is how we actually handle such questions. Alright, so that is how we handle such questions. Make sure you watch the following video where we will continue to actually handle this question paper. I want you to get distinction 1 in mathematics. Make sure you keep on following me. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you click on the notification button so that whenever I actually post a video, you get to know. Otherwise, we're going to end here. Make sure to actually follow to watch the following video where we will continue to answer this same question paper.